Automotive news. Dealers urge UK to tweak ZEV mandate as EU moves to dilute 2035 ban. This is by Amy Turner. Automotive news, 2nd of January 2026. The UK is now completely out of lockstep with the rest of the world in terms of EV policy. Targets that are frankly delusional, he said. They are delusional, and so are the people who are reporting that the manufacturers have hit the ZEV mandate in 2025. The dealers are on track to hit the ZEV mandate. Franchise dealers are stepping up calls for a re-evaluation of the zero-emission vehicle ZEV mandate after the European Commission proposed watering down Europe's 100% zero-emission target for new cars and vans from 2035. The Commission's proposal would replace the 2035 requirement with a 90% emissions reduction goal and introduce new allowances for hybrids and alternative fuels. They may as well have just left it in place because they won't hit 90%, so it's a waste of time. The change would enable a proportion of plug-in hybrids and other combustion-based vehicles to remain on sale beyond 2035, potentially accounting for more than a quarter of new car registrations. The National Franchise Dealers Association, NFDA, said it has written to the Transport Secretary, Heidi Alexander, and Roads Minister, Simon Lightwood, urging the government to review the UK ZEV mandate targets in light of the EU's shift. If we don't, we'll be dead in the water because the grey import market, parallel imports, personal imports, that market will just take off. There'll be diesels and petrols coming in from the continent. In its letter, the NFDA argued that UK policy needs to remain aligned with changing international benchmarks to protect competitiveness. No, we actually need to be ahead. We need to scrap it completely, provide market certainty and support realistic transition pathways for retailers and consumers. They're not going to stop selling EVs. What's your problem? This is a crucial moment as the European Union has recently announced changes to its own targets, said NFDA Chief Executive Sue Robinson in the letter. We are concerned that manufacturers may start limiting vehicle supply to the UK to hit their ZEV mandate targets. Start, which would damage the retail automotive sector and the economy more widely. We are therefore asking that the government review the UK's current ZEV targets. Commenting further, she said, as the automotive market continues to evolve rapidly, it's essential that the UK ZEV mandate framework is grounded in the latest developments. We will engage in constructive dialogue with the Department for Transport in 2026 to ensure the ZEV mandate delivers. All it's delivering is hurt for the motor trade and heartache and fines. NFDA remains committed to working collaboratively with the government to support a balanced transition to zero-emission mobility that benefits business and consumers across the UK. You're wasting your time working with this government. They'll be out. You may as well be talking to Nigel Farage and at least get some plans for when they're in power. What? It can't be long now, surely. The NFDA's intervention follows recent warnings from one dealership chief that the UK risks falling out of line with global and European EV policy. Virtue Motors Chief Executive Robert Forrester last month warned the UK is completely out of lockstep with global EV policy and will come under mounting pressure to align with the European Union's move to dilute its 2035 zero-emission requirements for new cars and vans. Speaking on BBC Radio 4's Today programme, the AM100 dealer group leader said the UK's ZEV mandate trajectory, which ramps to 80% of new car sales being zero emissions by 2030 and 100% by 2035, was placing immense pressure on the sector despite the UK representing only 2% of an integrated global automotive market. The UK is now completely out of lockstep with the rest of the world in terms of EV policy. Targets that are frankly delusional, he said. They are delusional, and so are the people who are reporting that the manufacturers have hit the ZEV mandate in 2025. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.